Hello guys, welcome back to my channel again. So I'm still testing Yuzu Early Access 4.7.5. So someone actually requested for me to test like what is the FPS like for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. So here I'm gonna try what is the FPS like. I don't really like Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu for some reasons. Like this is just like a discounted version of like the full-fledged like Pokemon games. This reminds me to like Pokemon Go on mobile phone, right? So I'm not a big fan of Pokemon Go, but let's see like what is the FPS like. So yeah, so right now I think this is actually like the cutscene. So right now I'm getting about like 30 FPS here on menu. That is kind of expected because again this is like 2D kind of like render. So let's see what is our FPS like once we go into the game. So the cutscenes here looks pretty okay. I'm getting about like 25 to 30 FPS here. Alright, so let's quickly, I guess, again, yeah, this is the issue with OpenGL. I think the emulator is caching the shaders, so there'll be like a little bit here and there, but as you have actually played the game for a while, I believe it will run very fast. So let's just quickly fill up the details for this particular game. Seems like the game is running perfectly on Yuzu. So last time when I played on Switch, I played for a little bit and I didn't really finish the game because for some reasons I felt like this game is just a half-mid game. So let's see, back then when I first tried this game on the very early version of Yuzu, it stuttered a lot. It was very slow as well. However, let's see with this latest Yuzu Early Access 4.7.5, like what is the speed like? Because I tested Pokemon Sword earlier, and the FPS was very healthy, considering that that game was very new. It was released in November last year, if I'm not wrong. So I would expect this game to be much faster and stable than like Pokemon Sword, because obviously like the Yuzu team would have been working on this game earlier, right? So I'm getting about like 28 to 30 FPS right now. Looks pretty solid. So if you see, okay, right, so the movement is very smooth. So let's just get started. There was no issue at all, so alright, so if I recall correctly, so what we need to do after this is actually to go to the lab and then select our Pokemon? No, not really actually, like we have to go outside after that and then like I'll get to choose like Pikachu as my companion. So the reason why I don't really like about this Pokemon game is because like there was this mechanic whereby like you have to kind of like swing the Pokeball and then like you'll have to throw it to the Pokemon that you want to catch, which is very similar to Pokemon Go on mobile. So again, FPS here is about like 23, 24. I guess it is very healthy. So let me just try. Okay, again, like this is the caching because this is a brand new emulator. So okay, let me see. Let's see what is the FPS like. All right. Okay. So let's find the professor. If I'm not wrong, he is actually somewhere outside trying to catch a Pikachu or something. Let me just try to find him. Right. Yep, there he is. Alright, so let's see what is the FPS like. Okay, it went to as low as like 21 FPS, but I couldn't really tell that it is actually slow. I don't think it is slow at all. It is actually pretty very playable, right? So alright, yeah, that's the Pikachu. Again, this is the caching, so that's why there were some issues, but yeah. But if you look at the movement of Pikachu, it moves like very smoothly, so I mean, I don't think like there's any issue with this game at all. Like if you really want to play this game, I would say like you'll have a very enjoyable experience, right? So okay. So again, yeah, this is what I actually like told you earlier, right? So this is exactly not the real Pokemon game, because in a real Pokemon game, what you need to do is like you need to battle a Pokemon, try to get the health as low as possible, and then you can catch the Pokemon. However, for this game, like yeah, it reminds me of Pokemon Go, so I'm not a big fan of like that particular way of catching Pokemon. Again, like you experience like some starter stuff. That's because like the game is caching the shaders, right? So alright, so we caught a Pikachu, and then let's see if the FPS is actually stabilizing now. So yeah, I'm getting about like 25, 28 FPS, so this is actually pretty healthy. Alright. So outside I was getting 25 FPS, 21 to 25 FPS. Inside the building I'm getting 30 FPS here, so it's definitely super fast. Compared to Pokemon Sword, I was getting about 25, 27 FPS in there. Now I was getting about 20 to 23 FPS outside. So yeah, this is very playable. I mean, if you compare with Pokemon Sword, when I was in town, the FPS was very low. It was 15, 16. However, this Pokemon game reminds me of the original Pokemon games in terms of the design of the town, in terms of the designs of the building. It looks very cute, right? Whereas like in Pokemon Sword, you can see like the design of the characters were kind of adults, and it was more serious than like this one, right? So the original Pokemon game in Game Boy Advance, it was designed to be similar to this one. So I've chosen Pikachu. Perfectly fine indoor. I'm getting like 28 FPS to 30 FPS, and mostly I'm getting like 30 FPS inside the building. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be like 100% kind of a game that you can play on your PC. Alright, so let's see. Let's test the battle with Byakuya. I'm getting about like 27 FPS outside, so I'll just reply to someone, to the person who has requested for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu FPS. I'll suggest that person to actually really download Yuzu Early Access 475, because definitely this version of Yuzu is much faster than the mainline version or the other Yuzu Early Access version. So definitely this is the best Yuzu Early Access ever released by the Yuzu team. Alright, so let's just try to catch some Pokemon. So yeah, my FPS is about oh okay, it may go down to as low as 20 FPS, but definitely in the battle is just like 30 FPS. So let's catch like this Pidgeot. Alright, so let's move on and see if, let's say, the FPS is pretty stable. If it is very crowded, the FPS may actually go to as low as 20 FPS. However, this is kind of weird. I'm pretty sure the speed could be faster for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, because this game is actually pretty old and it should be easier to emulate than Pokemon Sword. However, I'm getting about again 20 FPS. So let's see. Oh, maybe that's because the game is caching the shaders, because now I'm getting 24 FPS. Yep, so I entered the second town, but the FPS went to as low as 14, 16 now. Probably because the town looks pretty big. So again, this is the issue that I experienced with Pokemon Sword. However, probably this is just a caching issue, right? So once the game finishes caching, probably it will be a little bit faster. Okay. Yeah, Pikachu found something, but again, there's nothing that I can do. So yeah. Alright, so I guess that's pretty much for today. I hope you enjoy my video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel for more videos from me. And if you have any requests for me to test any games, please let me know. If I own the games, then I'll just test it right away. If I don't, if it isn't interesting enough, then I'll actually purchase the game and I'll test it for you here. So thank you and stay safe, guys.